fucking cocks the pump action and submachine gun.
He does do that.
I'm so sorry. I'm just laughing.
He did. He did say cock like 4 times. Well, you were trying to say it.
I'm sorry, I stuttered.
He did. It was really funny.
Welcome to the Lads AM podcast, a show for those late night ramblings you only get when the rest of the world is asleep. This show is available in both podcast and Let's Play form. Check out our social media to find out how to listen the way you want to. Tonight, we are playing
Banning's fucking cocks.
Fucking cock.
Don't remind me. I'm already trying to hold back giggles just from thinking about it.
Let's get to bro. We just calmed him down.
Okay, I'm gonna try to contain myself. As the
Dustin,
lasts for
I'm
about an hour
letting you
and a
know
half.
that in the middle of this podcast, I'm going to remind you that it's a thing just to hear you
Fucking
giggle.
cocks. You're not supposed to swear in the first few minutes of a video.
Well, good thing that the first few minutes is you doing the intro where you say, "Welcome to the Lads AM podcast."
No, the intro to the video is
Show
going to be
for
the
your
video
late night
of Benning
ramblings while
saying
the rest of
fucking
the world is
cocks.
asleep.
So it doesn't. And that goes before that, so it doesn't matter.
Hey, before we get into the Game Awards, I have a question, Matt.
Okay.
And this is a twofold question, and it shows how little I actually know about what happens with our podcast.
That makes 4 squares. If you fold it into if you fold something into 4s, it makes.
Okay.
If you fold it.
So,
twice, it makes squares.
So does the intro still say that we're posting on Spotify, and are we still posting on Spotify?
Well,
not
it
check?
definitely says we post on Spotify.
Yeah, we're up to. We should be up to date.
Oh, okay. Like I said, I was like, this shows how little I actually pay attention to what's going on with the podcast, but
Yeah, we're up to date.
okay. I only check the YouTube, so
It's
Yeah,
actually
pretty
way
sure.
easier. It's actually way easier for me to stay up to date now because I don't have to worry about going over our limit.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because
oh,
it's
is that not an issue anymore?
well, no, because it's monthly, and
Oh,
before
because
we were
it's
uploading,
bi-weekly or whatever.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Our podcast is bisexual. So,
Hey-o!
oh, Rob, I had a question. I was talking
Hey,
to
Matt, I have
Georgia.
an answer.
I was talking to Georgia earlier,
Yeah, what up?
and I forget. Oh, we were talking about. Oh, wait. The last episode was done before the election night. But it was uploaded. But it was uploaded after. So
Oh,
it seemed
God.
like we were just doing the smart thing and not mentioning it. That is not true. This is the first podcast recording after we learned out that our new president elect. Anyway, Georgia and I were talking about that.
Okay.
And I had come up with the idea because we were like, because I'm like, I don't know any illegal immigrants that I have to worry about getting deported yet. I have to worry about getting deported, but
So they
then
start making them legal.
But then we were like, and we know no gay people that we have to worry about.
Yeah.
Right? Because if the country comes knocking, we're saying that you would never do that because we want to keep you safe, Rob.
Dude, I'm telling you this. All
Yeah,
right?
I'll
If
hide you in
I
my
even
basement,
get
Robert.
I'll tell you this, y'all. If I even get the inkling that they start knocking on doors like that, I'm going to Europe whether y'all come with me or not. All right.
I'd
So
hide you under my
anyway.
floorboards.
But anyways, continue.
So I
You gonna put me in the attic where I can write a fucking diary? Yeah.
I posed the hypothetical that Trump, that we could probably convince Trump that all gay people came from one place, and that since no one has any records of them
Provincetown.
living there previously, that they would be considered illegal immigrants, right? And so we were trying to figure out where that place would be. I
The
when
one
I-
place that all gay people come from?
yeah, that
Atlantis.
if like maybe true. So here's what we were thinking, right?
Okay, sure.
So
now just baffled.
Georgia was the first one to mention that gay people probably come from Penn Island.
Fair.
And then I followed it, but like
Okay.
that doesn't make sense. That's only for the gay guys. What about the les? And before I could even finish, I was like, oh, Lesbos. That's like the whole fucking point of that island. So that's where the lesbians come. But I'm like, where? And then this is my train of thought was, I wonder where Dubai people come from. Are there any bi?
Oh, no.
Are there no?
I
Are there
think
any?
I just heard
No.
you.
There's like, are there any bi countries? And by that I meant, are there any countries that start with bi? And then I was like, oh, I should ask Rob. And then I specified not because he's bi, but because he knows a lot about countries. And I felt that was very important because I wasn't. That's my
Oh,
reasoning for
wait,
asking you.
Wait, are you not making the pun I thought you were about to make?
I guess I don't know enough about countries.
Oh, well, I forget
Oh.
countries. I thought you were about to say, you asked yourself where Dubai people come from, and you were
Yeah.
like, oh, Dubai.
Oh, Dubai. Okay, you
Yeah,
see,
because
that's
you
why I wanted
literally
to ask-
enunciated do and buy so
Literally was-
well.
I'm glad
thought that's
Dustin
where you were going
also
with it.
caught on that.
Oh, they know it good, and that's
As
why I
for-
asked you. Because
As
you know
for
about
are there
places.
any countries that begin with BI? No, not to my knowledge.
Oh, because that's what I was wondering. Because I was like, I'm like, I don't know, but if anyone would, it would be Rob because that's what he likes. That's his
No, I can
interest.
think of.
Well,
By
interested in
Brazil.
that- not interested in that way. Okay, it's a very difficult thing to
God
navigate.
damn it, man. I know what
find
you're trying to say.
Yeah, but
By-
it also
by
is-
Swana.
by Swana.
By Swana. By Zell.
By written.
By
Basil.
Lees.
By Lee's.
By Lee's.
You know, if you just spell them wrong, a lot of countries start with BI.
By Guatemala. By Russia.
Fina.
By Larousse.
By United
By-
States of America.
I was literally
Yeah.
going to say by United States of America.
by
By Ireland. Ooh, by Ireland.
Ireland. Oh. Yo, they made Ireland woke. Ireland.
Lord. But no, I can't think of any countries that begin with a B.
Italy.
Italy.
It is funny you say that because I was gonna say if you want an actual country like all gay people are from, I'm gonna
Yeah.
nominate Italy.
Italy. Or
Bahrain.
France.
Have you ever?
Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Do not say Bahrain.
That wouldn't be great.
That wouldn't fly ever.
Oh shit, you're right.
You just got us targeted by so many people.
Iraq.
Dude, Matt, I'm letting you know right now that listening to you talk,
Israel.
I thought this conversation was gonna go like 5 different directions.
Please,
the
we're going
one that
3.
it did. Because I thought because you're talking about like illegal immigrants with Trump and stuff, and I thought you were gonna be like, and then we remembered that Rob's talked about how he has a lot of immigrants in his classroom.
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
Um,
You don't have, and if they ask, you have none. None at all.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of legal immigrants, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep, yep,
Yeah.
all legal here. Yep.
Yeah, actually, they were just all yeah. No, so that was the. I wanted to ask you about bi countries. See if you knew any of them, but I guess I was right in saying there were none, unless
Singapore.
I'll continue thinking off
Singapore.
the top of my head. But I off the top of my head, really quickly, no, I cannot think of anything.
Belgium,
Oh fuck, you're right. I guess it would
Island.
just be
Belarus,
Belarus, Bolivia.
Olivia.
Olivia.
All right, but anyway, enough of that. But enough about that.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. I think the a little bit too much exposure for the
BI, more like bingo.
bingo. That's what I'm.
BINGO.
That was his name.
Fuck. Hell yeah, we're doing bingo.
You want to share your screen?
Oh, I'm not.
No.
Oh, I'm just playing a game.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I want to watch.
Okay. Hell yeah, dude. This is the first time I've opened this game in a while.
Dude, what about Bikefoot?
Bike,
He's-
Bigfoot.
Yeah, he's our country's state animal. Our,
The
our
beagle?
country's state animal. Our country's national animal.
The Biggle? American
No,
Biggle?
the Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. You mean
Yeah.
Bigfoot?
Yeah, Bigfoot, but you emphasize the bi.
Bigfoot.
Hey, Zach's here.
I am here. Hello.
Hi, Zach.
Zach is also here.
Zach, do you know any bi countries?
No.
I could say some countries I would say bye to.
Heyo.
Hey, no, but Game Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that time of year again. It's Game Awards season. The most highly anticipated award show of the year,
Except for Kids' Choice Awards.
except for Kids' Choice Awards.
When did Kids' Choice Awards actually happen? That's like what, May?
Something like that. April, May, I think.
Dude, can we start doing bingo boards for Kids' Choice Awards starting next year?
Dude, we know nothing.
Nah.
I know nothing about Kids' Choice Awards. I don't even know.
You would be amazed.
Every
Like,
single slot should just be they get slimed.
I can tell you right now that there will be a question of like favorite book series, and one of the book series will be like Harry Potter. Or
Yeah,
something.
it's just always gonna be Harry Potter.
Like
Bluey. Is that
That's too young. Kids' Choice Awards, I think.
Is it?
I think
I'm
so. Yeah,
pretty-
that's for like
I'm pretty-
that's for like
No, I'm-
toddlers.
Okay, but what's the
Justin, you
average?
say that, but I'm telling you right now, this is
The
a
average
genuine
age of a
fact.
Bluey fan? There are people.
It
that are
is like
bringing that
27.
way
Yeah.
up.
I'm telling you this right now, Dustin. Also, we're doing a door decorating contest in the school I work at,
Uh huh.
and the door 2 doors down is doing a Bluey theme.
I love that band.
God damn it!
I should have known.
Meanwhile,
We also shouldn't.
my room's theme is Minecraft, so you know.
Yo, you like that one electrical box in Salem?
No, it's
Or whatever
gone.
Oh,
that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone now.
That's a
Yeah, one
shame.
of the they changed it. They repainted it to something else. Like I'm happy they at least painted it to something else.
Oh, okay. So it was just like a
But-
new design. That's
yeah,
fine.
but it's not as cool as Minecraft blocks.
Was the old one getting like a little worn or?
No, I think it was just about that time.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They just change it every so often, but no one cares about that.
True.
They care about
People
bingo
do
boards
care
for the
about
video
bingo-
game awards.
In typical Ladzam fashion, we keep bringing up the bingo boards and getting distracted.
But
from
here's
it.
the thing: we have less time before the Game Awards now that we're every 2 weeks. So we actually need to like.
We really
We
need
do
to
need to do it right now.
All right.
Right.
So, Dustin, would you
What-
please start us off by going over what we previously had on the bingo board, and we will commence the culling of spots.
Can
Sure,
you also tell us if the status of what happened the last 2 years as well?
You want to list them all off right now? Because I was going to list them all off right away, and then we'll go one by one. I'll tell you what happened the last 2 years.
Sure.
Okay, so just list them all off real quick. Horror game announced. Technical difficulty. Secret goal, which is just someone getting got with the D's nuts joke. Both times. GTA 6. New TV show / movie adaptation. Elder Scrolls 6 announcement. Reggie appearance, as in Reggie Fils-Aimé. Game title is mispronounced. Redundant, not actual gameplay. Dead meme. Chat is transphobic. Used to be chat is racist. One game wins 4 awards. Acceptance speech is awkward / cringe. Hype trailer for mobile game. Bizarre celebrity appearance, which is kind of a controversial one around these parts.
Only the first year.
Game that has a release date beyond 2028. Balder Sweep. Lethal Company mentioned. Bill Clinton kid alluded to. Fluke guy shows up. Underdog wins. Video game awards get real. Unexpected game gets re-release / remaster. Group gets genuinely angry. And Imagine Dragons, the band.
I forgot about Imagine
I forgot
Dragons.
about Imagine Dragons as well.
So right off the top, horror game announced, which
Oh.
did happen both the times we did bingo board.
I think that's a kind of gimme, so I say keep it.
Yeah.
Or do we want to change it to a different genre?
No, I think horror game is fine.
I think horror game is fine.
'Cause
We
they
know
almost
Kojima
always-
Central again.
Yeah, they almost
Yeah, I
always mention a horror game, and I think it's one of those good ones that like is an automatic gimme, which you sometimes need for a
Yeah.
bingo board.
Yeah.
So anyways, too much time there. Technical difficulty. In a weird situation where I think it's a good one to keep, but it also hasn't happened yet.
No, I agree.
I think the fact that it hasn't happened yet is a good reason to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, glad we're on the same page there.
Yeah, no, I think it's one of those things where when it happens, on the one hand, depending on how bad the technical difficulty is, we might be annoyed. But on the other
Yeah.
hand, it's like, oh shit, it happened. Plus Murphy's Law, we kick it off and then it happens. Like,
Fair, yeah.
They're not having
is-
Netflix run the stream, right?
Maybe.
Jesus,
Just they are-
Bro.
that's another thing that happened since the last time we recorded.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
Boy,
gotta
that
get through
sucks.
this so we can actually talk about recent events. God damn.
That was terrible.
Oh boy.
All right, so we're keeping that. Next
Yep.
one, Secret Goal, which the first
All right.
year was someone getting off the D's nuts joke. Second year, we then told people that we changed it, wouldn't be that anymore. It was a lie. It was just the same thing.
I mean, in
I-
true fashion,
nah.
I feel like we tell
Comedy
them
does
that
come
we-
in threes.
I feel like we tell them we
Comedy-
changed it, but it's actually just a your mom joke this time.
No, because that's gonna happen like first
Within
minute.
2 seconds.
Because
Yeah.
the thing is, a D's nuts joke requires setup. Here, Zach, say a random phrase, please.
So I went to the store last night.
Your mom went to the store last night. Got him, boys.
Got him.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Yeah, like we've ruined it. What does that
Dude,
even
I
mean,
went to
your
these
mom went
nuts
store
last night. Hey
Your mom
yo.
went to the store to get some milk. The way milk
Just
your
the
mom-
same way
like-
your dad
like-
did. Hey yo.
Hey, yeah. See, it means nothing.
Yeah.
We've ruined it.
Well, they're kidding.
So I have a suggestion of a secret goal that
Okay.
revolves around our group. Someone saying, "I'm missing it. I'm doing my roles."
Ooh, someone says I'm doing my roles.
Ooh.
Someone talks about Mude rolls.
I'm fine with that.
What about
Okay, then.
what about someone gets a wish? Like a wish
No.
during Mude.
I feel like
During
that would be
goals.
stretching it a little bit.
Yeah, and so since it's a
Hmm.
secret goal, I think it's something that needs to be on the more common
Secret
side.
goal? All right.
Because
So
the
that's
secret
why I
goal
said,
doesn't happen,
like-
it kind of ruins the secret goal, I feel.
That's why I said,
like
like,
it.
in particular, like, someone would be like, "I'm missing the announcement. I'm doing my roles. What's going on?" type deal.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
Someone misses something due to roles.
yeah.
Something
Someone
along those
misses
lines.
Something due to rules. There we go.
Okay, yeah, sure. And
Just-
Zach,
yeah.
this is your first time here, just let you know with the secret roles. None of us are allowed to do that on purpose. Of us four.
I would say something like that. None of us are allowed to just.
Well,
Well, I mean, we
no,
can roll, but like,
Yeah, just roll.
we
You know,
can't do the scenario itself on purpose.
Here's the
yeah.
thing.
Don't be like one spot away from bingo. You see it's the secret goal, and then be like, "Oh, guys, wait a second."
Although,
Mhm.
correct me if I'm wrong, but based on people that are still doing Mude, I believe that leaves only Fanning.
and Stanley,
If he
Like-
sticks around for the Game Awards, yeah.
if he's around for Game Awards.
So even though I'm
Well,
selecting,
you're
the
allowed to
role-
do it, just like don't do it on purpose.
Yeah, no, I was about to say I might actually do it by accident.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
okay. As long as it's
I've
natural,
done it
it's fine.
before where I was doing roles. I'm like, hang on, I'm missing it. I'm doing my roles real quick. Like that has happened to me
Yeah, yeah,
Fair enough.
more
fair enough.
occasionally than it should.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Again, as long as it's natural, it's fine. Like I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that D's nuts jokes both time was Matt, but he did it naturally. He wasn't just doing it to get a free bingo spot.
Right.
That's true.
That's what
No,
makes
I'm
it
not
okay.
gonna- I'm not gonna do it on purpose. That would ruin the fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Rob, I
Just
have a
wanted to
question.
establish that.
what up?
What's that?
It's a question for Rob mostly. Do you regret asking us if we have XD Gale of Darkness?
Why?
Because that was the first one.
That's
I
what really
don't-
kicked it off as a bit.
The first
friend group.
one was you asking if anyone had a copy of XD Gale of Darkness, and I said I have one for the DN. And you asked
Oh
what the
my
DN is,
god!
and I said D's nuts, and that was basically the first one.
I forgot.
And I was because I regret saying it. I was wondering if you
Dude.
regret asking.
Dude, Rob now owns XD Gale of Darkness, so it's all good. No worries.
Yeah,
Oh,
if
You
got
own it
the
on the
whole
DN.
Shut up!
deal.
I own it on the
Listen.
GC.
One brain cell. Okay, so we'll keep. Obviously, we're keeping the secret goal. We now know what it is. It's if
Nice.
somebody announces that they missed something due to doing Mude rolls.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll forget about it.
Perfect. Next one. Also kind of a tricky situation. GTA 6.
I
I
think
think
it's
Kind of a weird thing
more-
since it's nominated for most anticipated game.
True. Actually,
Oh,
I
is
think
it?
that's-
Is it already nominated?
Yeah, it's nominated for some, so I feel like that's
Oh,
too
then
much of a
that's-
gimme.
You
I
know
think
what?
that could change.
Alright, then
to, like,
change it
Elder
to
Scrolls
trailer.
6.
Change it to
You know-
trailer.
Like major. Actually, you know what? I think that
Trailer or major announcement instead of just reference.
honestly what we should do, and this is kind of hitting two at once. I think we keep Elder Scrolls 6, and I think we just axe GTA 6. Because
Yeah, I
I
was
think
getting
it's
rid of GTA 6 too.
because the thing is, I'm pretty sure before last Game Awards there was no word about GTA 6.
No, there was. That's why we put it on there.
Oh, was it? Was it just like
Because
that? Like
GTA 6 announced that there was going to be a trailer in December,
Yeah,
and we're like, oh, it has to be the
Uh,
Game Awards.
it was.
but then they didn't do
before
it.
the Game Awards, so it was really bad timing.
but it wasn't before like the big trailer, right?
No, it was the big trailer. So they made the announcement for the trailer, and I think it was
Yeah.
literally 2 days before the Game Awards itself. They released the big trailer.
Oh, okay.
Like,
but
it
it was
was
Oh, yeah,
that
that's what.
close.
Yeah,
It was so close to
Yeah.
the bingo board.
yeah. I
Okay, yeah,
remember we were talking about in Discord, and we were like, you got to be kidding me.
yeah. All right. I say that we don't have GTA 6, but I do want to keep Elder Scrolls
I agree.
because I
Yeah.
think it's less as one of our less common less likely ones.
Okay, sure.
Although
Next one.
we
Oh,
could, if we're keeping Elder Scrolls 6, we could go with the safe option about Metroid Prime 4 now.
we'll
Here's the
discuss adding new
thing.
things later.
Yeah. I also have something I want to add more than Metroid.
Okay,
But we
yeah,
can
so
to it.
We'll
to
get
that.
there after we go. We're gonna go through the list first, then we'll talk about what we want to add.
Yeah, but I would like to axe GTA 6.
Yeah,
I'm
I took
fine
it
with
off.
that, sure.
Next one, new TV show / movie adaptation. Hasn't happened yet since we did the bingo board.
Really?
Yeah, not announced.
Yeah,
They've shown like ones that are already announced or
like
like we're
The
in the middle of
following
airing.
series.
Well, I
already
guess they don't
announced.
really make too many announcements.
And there's the
for
whole
shows.
and then there's the whole category basically for adaptations,
yeah.
but not for new.
Yeah,
So in that case, I think I am cool leaving it.
I don't know.
Leaving it there.
I feel like now that I know the Game Awards better, I feel like it's just never gonna happen.
I mean
Yeah, 'cause-
they showed a trailer for Mario Party. Oh, no, Christ, I did the same thing you did last year. Mario movie.
But we
Yeah.
But it wasn't an
kind of knew
announcement
that was
trailer.
or
It wasn't announced, but it was a new trailer.
Okay,
we-
so then put in change it to new trailer.
Well, no,
think
it's the same
so.
thing.
But then if they do add, I think it's fine how it is because new trailer or new thing introduced. But I think
Yeah.
the wording of it, how we have now, encompasses both scenarios.
Either way,
I-
if a new
I
TV
disagree with
show
that.
is announced or a new trailer is shown, I feel like that should be part of the bingo board.
Yeah, because I remember last year Fallout showed a trailer and we had a big debate if this counted or not because they already announced it. I think a new trailer to something is better worded.
Yeah, that's
Right.
all I'm saying. Because, like Zach said, last year we had this argument and we said that it didn't count.
Hmm.
So I'm saying this year, I think we broaden it a little bit. We say if it's a new trailer, even if we've previously heard that the show or movie is happening, if it's a new trailer, then it counts for the goal.
All right.
Fair.
And I would say it have to be something that's like brand new, not like, oh, here's a teaser of the previous trailer. Like brand new, we're seeing new things about what's within the show
Yeah.
or movie.
Like
Okay.
new Minecraft movie trailer, for example.
Oh, that came out today, by the way.
that came out today.
Oh, did one come out today?
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, is that? I know I heard recently. I thought maybe it was earlier today that we got our first look at what the zombies and skeletons look like.
I'm
I
gonna
haven't
say it
Seen
Just
them yet, but
here. I'll just say it. Better than the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's promising, I guess.
I'll give you one spoiler. They showed a crafting recipe and it was a real one that exists.
Oh, well, that's promising.
Oh, actually, there is a huge thing right at the beginning that I'm not going to spoil for you, but it's amazing.
Okay. Should I watch the trailer real quick so we can talk about it? Or?
No, later.
No, we're
No,
doing
we gotta
this.
do the Game Awards.
Okay.
We can kind of breeze through these next ones. We already said we want to keep Elder Scrolls 6 announcement.
Mhm.
Didn't have the first year because the first year was technically Todd Howard appearance, and I don't think it happened that year. And then we changed it to an Elder Scrolls 6 announcement. Didn't happen last year, but we'll keep it
Sure.
on there.
We'll keep it on there.
Next one, Reggie appearance. We gotta keep Reggie.
Guaranteed to
we gotta
happen.
do a 3 for
Did
3.
it happen last year?
Happens
Yeah.
every year,
You-
dude.
You ask that every year.
Okay. Well, I
And
don't
yes, it did
remember what
happen.
happens.
Reggie is there every year. He's a staple of the Game Awards.
Dude, my memory is
Next
confined
one,
to, like,
game
history
title is
and 12 Under
mispronounced.
Game title mispronounces a legacy of Genshin Impact.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I think we
Uh,
should keep it.
I
think we
want
should
to.
keep it.
I say we keep it because I want it to happen again.
Yeah. And I
Here's
think it'd be
the
fun.
thing.
They would knock it off a bingo board if it happens again.
Here's the thing, I'm fine with keeping it, but I will also say that I want to make sure that we don't just completely rehash the board from last year. You know what I mean?
We don't what?
Like, I don't want to have 20 out of 25 same goals as last year.
Well, we already know we're not.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Also,
That's why I'm
is
just
that-
saying, like, we'll see how where we're at the end.
is
but-
that not how you find greatness, by iterations and keeping what works? Can we
To a
can we
certain
find
Then,
could we keeping us from perfection?
Next one,
but at the same
redundant,
time, you can't
not
reach
actual
perfection
gameplay.
without innovation.
Redundant, not
We're
actual
innovating right
gameplay.
now. Redundant, not actual gameplay. Yeah.
That
That we keep.
that is a very funny one to because it's one we actually have
Yeah.
to look out for.
Mhm.
But I think it's funny
They
when
were
it
kind of
happens.
secretive last year about it. Like we had to really look for it.
They do make it like small letters nowadays. It's like tiny letters on the bottom of the screen. It's like, oh, there it is.
Like I
Not
remember seeing like, oh, it's right there. It's so tiny.
Yeah.
Not
'Cause-
actual gameplay.
Yeah, because they show a trailer. It's beautiful graphics, excellent cinemation, like movie quality. And then the bottom just says not actual gameplay. As if any sort of console or PC could be able to run that as gameplay.
It's like Overwatch the game versus
Overwatch
shit.
cinematic.
the cinematic. It's like I don't think this game. I don't think this Pixar animated movie is running on my PC.
Yeah. It's gameplay.
Yeah, it's wild.
Next one. Dead meme.
Scrap it.
Hasn't especially since last year when we were talking about it, we specifically
argued
said if
about
it
it.
doesn't
Yeah,
Sorry, go
we
ahead.
argued about it last year and the year before. It has become
Yeah.
a really heated topic within our own voice chat. about it.
Whether it's a dead meme or not.
Why it's on the bingo board? Because like dead meme, they don't make too many memes that are like outdated.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what last
Like,
year we
yeah,
said
there
that if it
could be
didn't
Murphy's
happen.
Law on this, but
Yeah. But
twice in a row, and we're arguing about it being on the bingo board. It's just not good for us.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
cool with cutting it.
yeah.
Okay,
It's just
got
as
it.
last year when we were making the bingo board, we specifically said if it doesn't happen last year, then we're keeping it off this year. So
I'm glad you went ahead and re-listened, Dustin.
yeah. And you doubted that I would remember.
Well, to be fair, you didn't remember. You just went back and listened to it. So,
Either way, you doubted me.
Don't
well, I'm
doubt it.
sorry that I doubted you, Dustin.
Should be.
Believe. I have always believed in our boy.
Thank you. Believe it. Next one. Chad is transphobic.
Oh, I had
Which
mentioned
previously
this.
was Chad is racist.
I had mentioned this. I want to unify this because I think there definitely needs to be a chat one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to, instead of making it specific against some different marginalized group of people, I want
Because
to.
that was discussed.
Chad
Yeah,
is
we discussed
sexist.
we discussed changing it, do a different type of bigotry every
Yeah.
year to keep it
I-
fresh.
Chad is
I
sexist this year.
I
Well, what's
actually
that,
wanted to go, I wanted to go away from that and basically anything that makes us not necessarily mad at chat but disappointed.
All right.
Something
I-
about
I
chat
hear- I hear
overall
you.
being degeneracy.
I hear you. Can I give a possible counter argument?
Sure.
Chat is surprisingly wholesome.
We discussed that before. It's kind of a thing where that's kind of too hard to decipher, I feel.
Yeah.
You're gonna get someone that like during like the game and accessibility thing or like the indie game kind of wholesome things they do, gonna be like, this is really nice. And I'm like, that's surprising.
Right.
'Cause the bar is set very low. Someone saying, hey guys, let's have a good game awards is surprising.
Yeah. But to what you're saying,
what
though,
does
Matt,
it take to be disappointed in chat? Like,
that's kind of what I'm going with. 'Cause I feel like it's kind of a semantics
feel like
thing,
that's
what
the
you're
exact
arguing with, Matt. Because, like,
argument.
either way, it's just kind of like,
Basically, it's lumping together like bigotry.
is it just a thing where you're uncomfortable picking a new marginalized group every year? Is that all it is?
I kind of, a little bit.
you can say yes.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to just pick a new thing. I don't want to be. I also don't want to feel like I'm kind of like hoping for it to happen.
Well,
Sure.
yeah.
But I think just in general, some type of chat is overwhelmingly disappointing in terms of like, guys, we really can't be doing this. This is not okay.
Chat is being gamers. Chat is
All
chat
right.
are chat is
Can I-
being
can I-
gamers.
all right.
Legal Legends text chat.
All right,
It's
wait.
on
Next
Twitch.
next proposal for chat. You ready?
Chat are gamers.
Chat begins some sort of a MAGA chant.
Nah.
Oh no, Trump's getting wrapped. Anytime anything bad happens, it's probably gonna be damn Trump's America.
I was called chat disappoints us.
Yeah,
Because I
think
can't
that's
decide if it's chat is gamers or chat are gamers.
I want to say I want to do chats disappoints us
Yeah, chat
I think it would be
disappoints
is, not are in that case.
because
I think so too, but it still sounds weird.
Chat is
gamers.
This is specifically chat. So when the person that does the intro or like the the awards that happen before the actual award show starts,
Mhm.
and then George is like, "What's her at?" every year,
Yeah.
like, like that doesn't count. It needs to be Twitch chat.
Yeah, it needs to be chat.
Mm-hmm.
Next one. One game wins 4 awards.
Yeah.
Again, mostly a lock. It's happened both times, but I still feel like it's a good one to have in there.
I will say
It's a-
keep it because I'm actually not sure if that's a lock this year.
You don't think so?
What game that came out this year would you think that it's a lock for?
Wukong.
Any of the one
hold
that has
on.
more than
I think Elden Ring has a chance.
Elden Ring has a
we'll-
chance.
We'll
Wukong.
get
Astro
to it
Boy
when
has
we
a chance. It
get
has
to
7 nominations.
Like, I'm
Final
going
Fantasy has
like-
7 nominations.
Full Ultra. But how many?
I'm not saying it's a lock. I'm just saying like it's already
There's a lot
happened.
I think like last year, I think the last 2 years, I forget what it was 2 years ago, but I think the last 2 years, it felt like more of a guaranteed thing. Is all I'm saying.
I like
Sure,
having
There's
yeah.
ones
certainly
that
still a
we-
chance. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying
Yeah,
it's less of a chance this year than any other year.
I also like having ones that we track.
Yeah.
Like consistently.
Yeah, that makes it more fun.
What was the big game 2 years ago? I know last year was Elden Ring. What was the one 2 years ago? That like
Well,
won everything?
Baldur's Gate last year. I think it was Elden Ring before that.
Yeah. Because Elden Ring won game of the year 2 years
You're
ago.
right. You're right. You're right. It was Baldur's Gate last year and Elden Ring 2 years ago. Okay.
And even then, last year, Baldur's Gate wasn't the only one to win 4 awards. I'm pretty sure Alan Wake did as well.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I remember because I spent like the whole pre thing talking like shit about Alan Wake.
Yeah, don't
and then
remind
it
me.
won so much. I was like, "Fuck!" I didn't realize
the f-
Alan Wake was that big.
It's
I
kind
won't
of
have the
like
discussion
when
again.
it's kind of like when Iron Mouse became the most subscribed Twitch streamer. And then
Mhm.
people in Kai Snat's chat were like, "Who's Iron Mouse?" And it's like clearly people know who Iron Mouse is.
Yeah.
Clearly most people know who Iron Mouse is.
They also forget
Or-
that a fair amount of people said, "Who's Kai Cenat?" when Kai Cenat became the #1 streamer.
Exactly. Or when I remember listening to I forget what podcast it was, but there was a podcast that overtook Joe Rogan on Spotify for like a week or a couple weeks. and Joe Rogan fans were like, "Who even listens to this podcast?" And it's like more than your guy. And it's like for some reason that's just not a concept that people understand.
Nope.
They're like, well, it's number one, so like enough.
Next one. Acceptance speech is awkward / cringe.
Oh,
Hasn't happened yet.
Has not?
No,
Were we
hasn't.
Did we not count the really long speech that
No.
We didn't count that?
I thought
No,
we
we
counted
thought it was
that.
more funny than anything.
True. I guess this is kind of like secondhand embarrassment type deal.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Which
I
makes
feel
me-
like it's hard to judge when it's cringe or not cringe.
I think the thing is it hasn't happened yet, right?
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet.
I would
I
argue
honestly
that
think
when
it might not. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I would argue that when it happens, we'll know.
Yeah. It's kind of thing where it would be so obviously
Yeah.
cringe.
It
But,
won't-
like, Especially if Game Awards only gives them 30 seconds like they did last year, it definitely won't happen.
oh, please wrap it up.
Yeah. I don't know.
there's
I
no
feel
way
like
they
most of
bring
the time
that
at the
back.
Game Awards, they're pretty good at like not keeping it like being cringe about. Like it's not like the Oscars or the
Yeah.
Emmys or whatever. They very much just stick to we made this game, we liked making this game. Okay, bye.
They are a little bit more in tune with the space that they're in.
Yeah.
They don't
Like they are
unlike actors
gamers.
and performers, they don't want to like they know that the attention in the room is not all about them.
Yeah.
They are gamers inherently.
And they don't need to go on like their I don't know, child love story or whatever to build into why they made the music a certain way in the video game.
This is your third Emmy. We've heard the story before. Move on.
Exactly.
Damn.
So that's kind of why I'm leaning towards getting rid of it because I just think it simply won't happen.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
All right, taking it off. Next one hasn't happened yet. Hype trailer for a mobile game. Which I
I
don't know.
feel
That
like
one's
that
kind of
came-
near my heart.
Here's the thing.
So-
I feel that came from something, right? Like we had to
Yeah.
have seen that.
If I remember correctly, we watched the Game Awards the year before we started doing the bingo, and there
Yes.
were like multiple. of
The one that
Yeah.
stuck into my mind is that there was some sports game, and it looked like a really cool. It was like a combination of like all a bunch of different sports and legends playing one specific game, and it looked super cool. The graphics looked really fun, and then at the very end, it just said Apple Store, and I was like, "Oh, you're kidding me!" No, I'm definitely not going to get. But that game looks so fun, and that was kind of like the big one that stuck with me that made me want to put that in the bingo board.
I'm down to keep it one more year.
I think it's
I-
a good idea to keep it because mobile games are still relevant.
Yeah,
Like, look at Pokemon Pocket right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Phone pocket's huge right
Like, we
It-
could get something like that again with a different game or something similar.
yeah.
now. What about like Poke Cafe or whatever that game is? That's going huge, right?
You shut the fuck
I can
up.
I can have a Victini make pastries. I think that's actually cooler than what the game is.
I also just think like just in general, if it happens again, it would be very funny. And it would be a fun moment being knocked off the bingo board.
I
You know?
I think my mindset of this goal is keep it, but this is one of those goals where we say if it doesn't happen again, then we get rid of it next year.
We'll call it a make or break a goal.
Yeah, I think
Make it or break a year, I mean. Okay.
It's like
I can
it's
respect that.
possible at this point that was just a weird one-off thing, that one Game Awards. If it's 3 Game Awards in a row and it still hasn't happened, then
All right. I can respect that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, by the way, I was looking. I was spectating someone in TF2 while I was dead, and I looked at the sign and I'm like, "Wait, that's Kifa." And then I looked and Fanning joined.
That's funny.
my
I
god.
was like, "What the fuck is Fanning doing here?"
Well, Fanny did message in the Discord and was like, where gamers at? And I was like, we're doing pod, sorry. So he must have realized you were doing TF2 and was like, fuck it, I'm joining. That's funny.
I wonder what Fanning's doing right now.
I mean,
And TF2 clearly.
Do we have someone join podcast mid?
I was just wondering if he was like doing anything else. He seemed really excited to be doing last night.
Oh, right.
Wow.
Stop it. Next one.
We told you we were mentioning it.
I know. Bizarre celebrity appearance.
We need
Oh,
to
of
keep
course.
this one.
Matthew McConaughey again.
So that's
I
kind
thought
of
you were about to say Matt Pat for some.
Matt Pat would be huge. It
So-
wouldn't be.
So I've been thinking about, do we need to establish some rules with bizarre celebrity appearance?
I don't think so.
So,
I
well, for
think
one
we
thing, we have to
do.
establish from our agreement last year is that Muppets don't count anymore.
Oh yeah,
That's
Muppets
what I'm
don't count.
saying.
Matt said if it happened again this year, we can't count it anymore. Gonzo was here last year, so
There's a
further
Muppet
contracts.
every year.
All right, wait.
we can't count
In that case, I propose one of our new goals is just Muppets appearance.
We'll discuss
No,
that later.
It's gonna happen again.
And
There's a
we've
Muppet every year.
I have made the argument in the past that this goal is a guarantee to happen, and you have argued against me, Matt, saying so it's an easy goal.
I think we have too many.
We'll discuss
I
this
think-
when we.
Yeah, we'll discuss this later.
Yeah,
But
But
who was it last year? I
it was
forget who
Matthew
it was.
McConaughey.
Was it like he had no idea where the fuck he was?
Alright.
Game Awards, video
Yeah.
What?
games, Nintendo. Oh
I
yeah.
don't think he knew
Oh,
what
yeah.
a video game was. He was so fucking lost.
Right.
What
But
makes
that's
for a weird celebrity appearance?
that's what I was about to say because we saw Matthew McConaughey immediately. We immediately called it bizarre celebrity appearance, but he was there to discuss a game that he was in. So that's what got me thinking: does that make it no longer count as bizarre?
I would
if
say
there's specific-
no. I would say no because Matthew McConaughey, regardless, is not someone that we normally associate with video games.
It was the
Like,
same thing
yeah,
with
like because when you first, I think it's more kind of like you first saw him. It's like, okay, inherently he has to have some connection to a video game, but it's weird to see him there.
yeah.
So it's
It was
more
just
like
like with-
it's more like a "what are you doing here" type of deal.
All
He
right.
was the one the year before. He was doing the Best Actor award, and he straight out said,
Yeah, Al
I
Pacino.
don't know video games, but I know acting. So yeah, and he also looked lost. Like he looked like he came out of a retirement home and went to Walmart.
Okay,
Alright.
so I guess
And-
regardless of the reason they're there, if we get the reaction of "Oh my God, what are you doing here?"
Yeah,
count that.
Someone that
It
has
can't be
like no
like-
history being or very little or no history
Okay.
being gaming adjacent.
All
It
right.
can't be
Uh,
like
just to-
Ryan Reynolds coming out because we know he's a big nerd. It has to be someone that just like they don't seem like
They're
would be
clearly only
nerdy,
there
they're
for a paycheck.
clearly showing that they're
Yeah.
all right, just to gauge where we're thinking.
Yeah, you
Jack Black shows up to promote Minecraft movie.
no, that doesn't count. He's guaranteed, he should be there.
Okay. that
Honestly,
does
I'd
not
be
count,
surprised.
okay.
Honestly, I'm gonna be more surprised if he's not there.
Okay.
Okay, I'm fine if that's the groundwork for this.
You ever see the casting of like a new animated movie and you're like, why the fuck are these people here? Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with that being the ground rules for
If
this
I-
one.
Yeah. If
As
I
long
mean,
as
if I see John Oliver casted as a bird, that makes sense to me because it's
Right.
happened multiple times. But like Al Pacino and Matthew McConaughey, what the fuck?
Next one,
Jablinski.
I need to have a little discussion about this one.
Oh,
Game that
okay.
has release date beyond 2028.
Okay. So, do you happen to have? So, is 2028 the year that we said last year?
Yes, because we only just say 5 years ahead.
Okay.
It was
but
2027 year before. So this
Okay.
year would change to 2029 if we kept
But
it.
it hasn't. But it hasn't happened yet, right?
No.
So I think we need to shorten the range.
Can I give an input on this?
Yeah.
Mhm.
When in the past couple of years have we seen a game as a common to be like released after a year or two? Because there's a huge thing where games are trying to push out within the year of announcement trailer.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
getting Pokemon. And that's like the norm. I don't think we can say 5 years because like otherwise we would see GTA getting a release date. There can't
Yeah,
be a secret until they're gonna literally have it released within the year.
That's what I was gonna. Because as someone who watched the Game Awards at 2 times speed last night, every single trailer said 2024
Yeah.
if it had a date. Every single one said 2024. And I
think
know,
we're
Matt,
already-
your
Yeah.
reasoning is that 5 years is so crazy that that's why we should have it on the bingo board, and it'll be a crazy thing if it happened. I do think 5 years might be too much.
I think I can see to the fact that we're out of that era
Yeah.
where that would happen.
I
Everything's too
mean,
fast now.
much to your point though, Dustin, it sounds like even doing 4, even 3 years might not make sense.
Yeah, because I was thinking maybe bringing it down to 3 years, but it might just maybe.
We
I'm
might just need
honestly,
to axe it.
I'm
might just-
on the,
I
I'm
think-
on the, I'm on the, I want to axe it.
Okay, then let's just axe it.
But if it happens this year, you fuckers are stupid.
If it happens,
I'll
Matt,
agree to that.
If it happens, you have permission to flame us on the next episode of the podcast.
Yes,
after.
and I'll change my
Alright.
Discord name to Stupid if it
And I'll
happens.
change my Discord name to Idiot. All right.
Guys, that
I
doesn't
won't
work.
do anything.
Guys, that doesn't work. My Twitter name is already I look stupid. It means nothing to me.
All right, so we'll axe that one.
I'm cool with axing it this year.
It's just gaming ain't like that anymore. Sag.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Nope, not gonna even ask that. It's a stupid thing.
Okay. Next one, Baldur Sweep.
Well,
I say we
So
keep
obvious.
it.
Well, here's the thing. Obviously, Baldur Sweep can't happen again.
no.
But the thing was that Baldur's Gate was the most nominated game last year. It had the most
Okay.
nominations. What if
I
we
don't-
do a sweep for either Astro Boy or Final Fantasy, which is the two most nominated game this year?
Honestly,
Because I feel like it's a big deal if you're the most nominated game and you sweep all of them.
I kind of
But-
want to axe this one, honestly.
Yeah.
I also want to axe it because it seems silly to me to have the sweep, but also have win 4+.
I just
I agree.
I just kind of don't care about any of the games, and I don't see any of them being exciting to me.
Like, I think it worked with Baldur's Gate because it was such a highly anticipated game, and they were in almost every goddamn category.
And I was cheering for it. I'm not
Well-
cheering for anything this year.
Okay.
Well, Final Fantasy and Astro Boy do have a lot. I don't think they're like in 90% of the whole nominees.
I have
I mean,
one game. that
Baldur's
I
Gate was
might-
8 last year, and Astro Boy Bot is 7 this year. So
I have
Oh, shit,
one
really?
game I might cheer
Yeah.
for this year, even though I don't own it, but it looks like a lot of fun and I could see me getting in the future.
all right, I'm cool with getting
We'll
with a
get
sweep
there,
in
we'll
that
get
case.
there.
I'm fine with it.
I feel like Boulder Swoop was a meme outside of us as well.
That's fair.
Sure.
I feel like it
I-
was.
I see that.
It was collective anticipation on that one,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I don't think they really have that this year.
Okay. Yeah, just in general, I thought sweeps would be cool, but I'm cool with getting rid of it. It doesn't really matter that much.
Okay, sounds good.
Next one, Lethal Company mentioned. I feel
That's
like
not
this
gonna
is the year to take it off.
I think it's good to take it off because Zekers himself is taking a break from the game to work on his other project.
Also, I'm pretty sure we're the only ones that care about Lethal Company these days. So
What
So
are
I
I'm
do have-
curious what the average numbers are that play Lethal.
It is crazy.
Oh,
crazy.
there's still a good high number, but
yeah, I'm sure it's
it's-
still healthy, but it's not the
it's
phenomenon that it
healthy,
was when
but
it came out.
Yeah, like I would be shocked if it was above 50,000. I'd be shocked if it was above 20,000 even.
so I have a kind of pseudo replacement for this one. If we want to hear it now or later.
I
If it's a
mean,
replacement, we can hear it, I guess.
Yeah, if it's like a replacement, if it's like relevant to what the goal
Pal
is.
World.
Hell World mentioned.
dude, Pal World. Oh my god, dude, is anyone brave enough to mention Pal World?
Nah.
Okay, that actually might, because Pal World isn't that big in our group right now.
But
But it
getting
would
a
be kind of
huge
crazy if
roster
someone
right
did
now.
bring up Pal World.
Yeah.
Or it's
If
mentioned
someone-
anyway.
I
Or if
would
it's shown
be-
in like some sort of quick trailer what games came out
When-
this year.
All right, wait. When did Pal
Someone-
World get released? Was it
Someone-
a 2024 release?
Well, here's the thing: it hasn't
Yeah.
really been released. It was in
Oh,
beta.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well,
I could see, like, an announcement trailer or hey, we're coming to Xbox or something like that. Just like
Hey, fuck
falls in,
Nintendo.
yeah, pretty much.
All right, so
Something
do we just
along
go
that
with
line.
Pal World mentioned?
Yeah, I can replace Lethal Company with Power World. I'm fine with that.
I'm
Also-
fine with that.
I was
Also, I
thinking the
do
same
want to
thing.
state, I think it shouldn't be like one of their advertisements, like a commercial, like Pal World's now on PlayStation. It needs to be within the rewards.
Well,
like,
yeah, I
within
don't
the
think
whole
we
thing.
usually count the well.
No, because I think
Because
if
the
there was
commercials
a
are separate.
I don't know. I feel like if there was a Lethal Company commercial, like a Lethal Company announcement last year, we'd have counted it as
Yeah.
like a marketing thing.
Okay, that's fair then.
Yeah, I think we
feel
can. It's
like
just
a
it's just if it
commercial's
gets brought up
fine.
in some way.
Also,
I think,
especially in terms of the presentation, the commercials and the trailers really aren't that different from each other.
I
Yeah.
think the reason I think when I thought of Lethal Company being mentioned was because it was released like right before the Game Awards.
Yeah,
Like
it was released in October.
so like
Yeah.
it wasn't able to be nominated for anything, but it's like it'd be cool if it got mentioned.
It was such a huge game.
This
Yeah.
time around, I'm saying I want to know if anyone's willing like to
Did
tempt the hand of Nintendo by mentioning Power World during the whole lawsuit thing.
so Dustin, was Lethal a goal only last year or 2 years ago? I don't
Only last year.
Okay, and did it happen?
No.
No,
Damn,
it was such a disappointment.
Yeah.
that's a shame.
It did end up winning some like later awards. But
Good, because Zeekers definitely should have won like a good indie award or something like that.
I was kind of
Yeah.
hoping that maybe it kept enough popularity to be our best ongoing
Yeah.
game, but it wasn't.
no.
Damn,
If only they had a category for indie games.
they do.
You do.
True.
They do?
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
too it was too late.
I mean, I'm looking at the list of categories at least for this year, and there's a category best debut indie game.
And they have best
Yeah.
indie game aside from that as well.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it was
best
just
independent game right here.
yeah. Last year it was
Oh,
too late.
you're right. It is right there. Okay, my bad.
Just
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
it was just too late.
Out of these 5 games,
Yeah,
I've heard of
it didn't
one
keep
of
enough
them.
popularity to be mentioned this year, so
someone didn't consider the awards show in their release. That's wild, especially coming from a movie background where that's all they fucking do is they release it in like the prime time to get a fucking Oscar nomination.
Mm-hmm.
next
Anyway.
one. Oh, sorry, do you want to say something?
No, I was just gonna keep what's going.
Oh, okay. Next one. Bill Clinton Kid alluded to. He
Not
was
happening.
barely relevant last year. It's
Not
not happening this year. We're taking it
Not
off.
happening. Yeah,
He wasn't
also
relevant
was-
to be mentioned, but the security definitely increased. So maybe
Yeah.
we change something to that, maybe?
I think it'd be hard
Nah.
to do that. So
I
nah.
There's
kinda
nothing
wanna-
really.
Because the thing is, if I was thinking more like he makes a grand return one
Yeah.
year later.
I
without
said alluded.
Spidey.
I said alluded to, but it could have been like him being seen or him showing up somehow. We also threw out the
Yeah,
possibility of
it's
him
not
hacking the
happening.
Game Awards, but none of those things happened, and I don't
Not
think it's.
happening.
He's too busy with his podcast to gets like 100 listeners a month.
Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah. He's not relevant enough.
No one cares.
Next one, Fluke Guy shows up. We gotta keep that.
I mean,
Okay,
that's a
I think we need
guarantee,
to
though. He
enhance
already
this.
confirmed he's there.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have a way to like enhance this one though.
Okay.
Flu Guy returns and plays an uninspected instrument.
Because he does sweat.
Because he
does.
did
All right,
multiple
I'm-
last
That's kind of
year.
redundant, though. He already
No.
just kind of does that.
Well,
But we know that, but we knew like things he would potentially play. What if he comes out with a fucking didgeridoo?
Did we?
Well,
I like
thought
we
he was
guys
just
know
gonna
as a
play the flute.
Fluke Guy. What's he gonna play this year?
I'm cool with keeping Flute Guy on there just because it's a recognizable thing.
Yeah,
It's
it's
recognizable.
just fun. I think.
People see it and they're like, "Yo, I recognize that. That's cool."
And we get excited.
Yeah.
And he loves the excitement. He loves it.
Fluke Guy's cool.
He loves being
Flute
called
Guy's
Flute Guy, which is the best thing.
We need Fluke Guy love.
And if they don't bring Flute Guy back, there's going to be some problems.
I think he
Yeah.
already confirmed he's there.
I don't think he has, because he kept it a secret last year.
He did, yeah. Next one, underdog wins, which is basically I
That
kept.
doesn't happen.
That's kind of irrelevant because I feel like everything could be considered an under.
Well, no, because what I did was I watched the betting odds, and then whichever one had the least odds, if they won, we counted towards that.
Oh, you're right. That's what
Oh,
we did.
okay.
Did that
Yeah.
happen last year?
Yep.
Oh, I'm looking at the
Honestly,
wrong fucking
yeah, I'm
thing.
fine keeping that.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I like watching the betting odds and then watching the game and
forgot
seeing
that
what
we
it
did
is.
it with betting odds.
Yeah, because
Okay.
underdog is just what anything. We just
Right,
don't know.
like-
Under.
That's why I
under,
made sure I looked at
dog,
the betting
under,
odds for it.
under, dog.
Yeah.
Under dog.
Thunder. That's what I'm saying.
Next one, video game awards get real.
I
I
That's
don't
not
think
I
gonna.
don't like this
If
one.
it was
If it-
ever going to happen, it was going to be last year because of the media surrounding it and all.
Yeah.
The that happened. That was the only year they would ever feel pressured to do so.
Yeah, like there's always people asking for it every year around the Game Awards to people to talk about how bad the video game industry is. If it was
didn't
gonna
have-
happen, it was gonna happen last year.
Which,
Yeah.
granted, this year it is the 10-year anniversary of the Game Awards, but I don't know. I remember last year we were trying to like figure out if it counted for something.
I think last year was specifically layoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because we still want to talk about like layoffs and like how bad the crunch is getting in the game industry. And I think
Yeah.
Jeff
I-
is just too business first to ever, I don't know, have a
Yeah.
spine and talk about it.
Yeah. I think we get to axe that one.
Yeah, sadly.
GG go next.
Maybe if pressure got big enough, we could have kept it on there, but I didn't hear anything. So
No.
Yeah, there was a couple stuff this year of like studios getting shut down after being acquired by like Microsoft and shit. But
yeah. Next
nothing
one.
really.
Unexpected game gets re-release / remaster. Hasn't
I think we
happened
need
yet.
to keep this.
I think
I
that's
think
always
so,
one,
too.
though.
It hasn't happened yet?
So we didn't have it on there the first year. Last year was the
Okay.
first year that we had it on, and it didn't happen last year.
I feel like we keep it.
Same. I think that's a good one.
I was gonna say it happened last year, but I forgot Prime 4 was announced during a Nintendo Direct, and I almost lost my shit at work.
Yeah.
Like, quite literally. But I still think it should be kept because there is at some point going to be one of those like holy shit moments. this
They're
game is
remastering
coming out.
that game?
Yeah.
What game would be wild to remaster right now?
That's
All right,
kinda-
you know what? All right. This
It would be
isn't
kind of
something.
wild if they did Elder Scrolls 5. If they did
Th-
Skyrim, that'd be kind of crazy.
This isn't something that would feasibly make sense. But imagine the following situation, okay? The
Please.
Nintendo announces their Switch 2 console, okay? They announced that as a launch title for the Switch 2 is a remastered original Wii Sports.
That'd be good. That would be wild.
That
That
would
would be
actually
dope.
be, and it comes with the console just like the original did. Like that would actually go kind of hard.
I think
I
that
mean-
counts in that though.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah, that counts.
Well, yeah, that counts. I'm
Or we
saying
just
it's not
talk
going
about,
to
like-
happen during Game Awards because that would involve them announcing the console, and
Yeah,
they're not
no.
announcing the console at the Game Awards.
I
Oh
don't
no,
think they will 'cause it's
Nintendo is
Nintendo
Nintendo
announces their own shit during
is-
Direct, so
Yeah, if
they don't
you're
do-
killing Xbox's thing, you're killing the PlayStation State of Play, whatever it's called, you're not getting rid of Nintendo Direct.
no.
Yeah.
You'll
Nintendo Direct wants Nintendo
Die
Direct
before
to be
Nintendo
its
drops
thing.
the Direct.
Yeah, so. But I'm trying to think here because, like, the games that you would be thinking about remastering now are games that released between like 06 and 09.
Well, yeah. I think if we were to really see anything as a remake, Fallout.
Dude,
Like Fallout New
Ooh.
Vegas.
Ooh.
Everybody wants Fallout New Vegas remake.
you know what'd be crazy?
Oh, they could do even like a Fallout anthology.
Yeah, like I could possibly see that with the success of how the show did. Fallout 4 got sales enormous. boost.
Yeah,
Like
I could
Bethesda's
see
gonna do
that.
something.
I
They
could
didn't do
see
anything
that with
during their
Fallout.
actually now I think about it. They had Fallout Day. and the only thing they did was for Fallout 76.
Did they
What if
nuke
they
the
were
place?
just waiting for the Game Awards to
I
make a
doubt it.
huge announcement?
I doubt it, but that would be kind of cool.
Guys,
Yeah?
Crispin,
Yeah,
What about him,
what if you showed up?
bruh?
that'd be crazy.
Dude,
Shut
best
up, let him be
independent game. Where's Class of 09?
What if the like anime pilot that they raised money for got announced at the Game Awards?
Oh,
They-
Guys, I can't help
well,
but
that
notice
would,
would-
that would
that
just
would
be a
liter-
TV show / movie adaptation.
Yeah, but it's also not possible because it's way too family. Game
Yeah.
Awards is too family friendly for Class of 09. Oh my god, Crispin, literally kill yourself. Like, bro.
Oh my god.
Next
Dude.
one. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just.
Okay. Next one. Group gets genuinely angry.
Absolutely keep that.
Yeah, I think we keep that.
At
I don't
what?
know. I just
Because-
remember there was a point where we all got really mad at something, and it just ended with somebody going, "Hey, group gets genuinely angry," and then we marked it off.
Specifically on the Game Awards, because if Rob's there's a genuine chance I get angry.
I know.
If I
Like,
remember, it was one of the nominations. And we were so hopeful for one game because of how popular it was. And just something that we never fucking heard of. Something that didn't even get that many sales or something got one. And all of you lost your shit over it. And I was the one that said, like, hey, group got mad.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I
thing
legitimately
is,
don't
I
remember.
think there's any games that we're gonna be that passionate about this time.
I say we keep it.
Yeah, we'll just keep it. It's fun when we get
Well,
angry.
It's going to happen. I
Yeah.
guarantee it's going to happen, but still.
And last one, Imagine Dragons banned. Didn't
Yes.
happen last year, but Arcane is nominated this
Arcane
year.
Arcane is huge.
And if they win,
there
they're
could
going to walk up
be-
to the stage, and Enemies is going to be playing in the background.
I'm keep it.
I'm just saying, a
right.
million dragons.
All right, so that's the original list. We went from 25 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
So what? That's 7, Phil?
Yep,
Nice. I like that.
which is one less than last year.
Working towards greatness.
So there were 2 ideas for the bingo board that were brought up before today. I don't know if you want to bring those 2 up now, if you want to talk about what you guys wanted to bring up earlier, or
No, bring those up. 'Cause I don't remember there.
okay. And we also all seemed pretty positive on them, so that's why I figured I'd bring them up. First, Zach mentioned how there's basically a new Among Us update every Game Awards.
That's true.
So,
God.
If we put Among Us update on there, I don't know. I thought that'd be a kind of a nice one.
I'm fine with that. Sure.
I would, yeah, because
Stupid.
every year it gets more and more ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, actually, did that show never came out, right?
Oh no, it hasn't come out yet. Yo, that might be a twofer.
There is a huge.
Nah, that probably wouldn't count.
I think all they did was release. Did they ever do a trailer, or was it just because I remember? I only remember the casting.
I think it was only the casting. I don't think there was. There might have been like, I don't know, like a single scene after they showed the casting or something. But
I think there's a solid. I'm just wondering where that is. You know,
hey, who knows? Maybe this is the year.
maybe this is it.
And
Yeah,
then
Among Us comes back.
I think in the second one, I think Matt only brought it up just yesterday. But Silk Song mentioned.
I want Silk Song.
Okay, what is Silk Song?
Yeah,
The
this is
the sequel to
Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right, because it got announced.
it's been,
then
like,
that was it.
Years. It's
Yeah,
been
it's
years
been
since it got announced.
You know what?
It's my
I think
it's
I'm fine with
my it's like Fanning's TF2 update, like how I'm waiting for a TF2 update.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's
it's
a
like me
lot of people
who-
waiting for Silk Song.
It was like me who every year jokingly said Prime 4
Exactly. Yeah.
until it, happened. But
And
Yeah.
people were shocked that it wasn't mentioned in most anticipated game.
Oh yeah, entire chat is waiting for it.
Yeah.
The entire chat says Silk Song every time a
Oh.
trailer starts.
not most anticipated. That's insane.
I think
Are
it's
we
what
cool?
we're trying for
Put it in
some
there?
reason. But no, I'm
want-
absolutely fine with that.
I want- yeah,
let
I
Matt
want-
live his dream.
I want a Silk Song. I haven't even
It's also for
finished
fanning
Hollow
as
Knight.
well.
It's mostly for fanning. I haven't finished Silk Song. I haven't finished Hollow Knight. That is on my list of games to play this year, so I'm gonna do it.
So we're up to 20 now.
Matt, you're running out of time for this year.
No, next year. This
Oh, okay.
this upcoming year, when I make time to play games.
All right. I know throughout the list we had some ideas we want to throw out for new ones. Does anyone want to bring
Jeez,
one
do
up?
I remember what I said 15 minutes ago? Not at all.
Dude, I remember
Nope.
my big one that I want.
Let's hear it.
What?
Power World.
Did we already,
Well, we already did that.
No,
Alright,
I'm
we
just
were-
saying that was the only
yeah.
one I remembered.
we
Oh,
already confirmed
awesome.
the swap.
You guys said like 5 different ones as I was going down, and now we can't remember them.
All right, go through the list of like what we wanted to.
Let's
scratch
say
out,
we
'cause that might
let's
jog my
say
memory.
we let's do.
Oh, are we that we have right now? This is how the list looks as of right now. Horror game announced. Technical difficulties. Secret goal. New TV/slash movie adaptation. Elder Scrolls 6 announcement. Reggie appearance. Game title is mispronounced. Redundant, not actual gameplay. Chat disappoints us. One game wins 4 awards. Hype trailer for a mobile game. Bizarre celebrity appearance. Power World mentioned. Fluke Guy shows up. Underdog wins. Unexpected game gets re-release/remaster. Group gets genuinely angry. Imagine Dragons, the band. New Among Us update. Silk Song mentioned.
VTuber on screen, on mobile screen.
No, you can't do that one.
Why?
There's a VTuber being nominated.
Yeah, but
He's
that
saying on
doesn't
like the
mean
little
that-
scooter thing.
on like if a VTuber shows up on their Karen setup.
Oh, okay. You know what? Yes.
Oh, like VTuber in audience?
Yeah. Like how Iron
Or if
Mouse
the-
is always, because there
Yeah.
is a VTuber nominated, but that doesn't mean they're gonna be there.
Yeah, that's
I
probably
feel like-
the VTuber nominated. That's what they're nominated for is probably one of your pre-show thing. But it would be fun if there was a VTuber in the audience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
With the
I
little
think that
screen
would be
thing.
great.
I kind of like
We all
that.
know who it's gonna be, but
If Iron
I
Mouse is
don't.
it's always Iron Mouse that's in a freaking
most
know,
of the time, most
just
of the time,
lead and freaking.
but you never know.
Uh,
What's the one that nominated might go?
No, I
The-
agree.
the
I think that would.
the
I think
rabbit.
it's a fantastic idea.
They're a rabbit, right?
Oh yeah, it's a rabbit.
VTuber
No, I-
spotting. I'll call it that.
I want that because that's
Yeah.
like a scavenger hunt to keep an eye out. In the
Yeah.
stands. We have to pay
VTuber
attention.
Keeping an eye out for an anime girl in the crowd.
Boy, am I always.
Okay. Oh, I remember. I don't remember. That horror
Why?
game that Kojima announced last year. Is his name
Oh.
Kojima? I don't want to be racist.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
horror game
the one with
With the lady screaming.
Yeah,
yeah.
What was
it
it,
had,
you two?
that's why.
Uh,
That's why I think the horror game is going to be easy to fill out because that's definitely. coming.
with not Keegan Mike, Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Right?
I was thinking
Yeah.
maybe we get an update on that.
I think we're going to get.
I
an
mean,
update.
we
think
already
that's a
have
safe one to put
horror
in.
game as a goal.
I guess. Yeah. But I was thinking that was like Kojima's next big thing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Okay,
Did
well, let
we-
me put that on there.
Yeah. Did we keep? We kept the mobile. Did we keep the mobile game one?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. I was thinking like potentially there's the potential for the same thing, but
Alright.
instead of a mobile game, it's a VR game.
Just
It's like,
just
damn,
spit-
that looks sick. Oh, it's VR.
just spitballing an idea here.
Let's hear it.
Unexpected DLC. Like a game that we would not have expected to be getting
Well, I can
DLC
tell you,
is now getting DLC.
Well, I can tell you a DLC I didn't expect to see anywhere. But
Yeah?
beyond that, like I guess like like more than like a costume, like a massive DLC. isn't a bad
Yeah.
idea.
Well, what do you consider massive?
We're
Like Shadow the
adding
El-
6
Edge
new
Elder.
colors, 6 new skins to the game. That doesn't count. But like we're
Okay.
adding a whole new area.
A whole new
Like,
area,
a
like a
whole
whole new
different
mission or
So like
something.
new content beyond just like skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unexpected DLC.
To
But
be
or for it to
fair,
count,
I
it has
don't-
to be a pretty hefty DLC. It can't just be new skins.
To be fair, I don't even know if I count skins as DLC. I usually count
Yeah,
them
that's
more
not
as
really DLC.
microtransactions at that point. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm
I
cool with
think it
putting
should be
unexpected.
something like Elden
New-
Ring size.
like new armor and shit DLC.
yeah. Again, like I almost consider that more like just like a microtransaction more than actual DLC.
Yeah,
but-
no,
my-
you're right.
So I'll put unexpected DLC with the knowledge that the rule is it has to be like a major like update thing.
Oh, I'm letting
Minor-
you know right now. I'm gonna forget that rule, but you know.
I'm gonna say it beforehand.
He's gonna forget the
I'll
rule
still
and then be
forget.
upset about it.
Well then shut up.
Probably.
Yeah, he's gonna forget. He's gonna be upset that it doesn't count. I'm gonna
Probably.
explain that I
It'll
told
be
him
my
like 5
line.
times. He's like, oh, how do you expect me to know?
But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
cool with that.
Okay.
How many more do we need?
Counting right now.
1 million.
Need 3 more.
Wait, what?
Right?
You need 3 more?
Yep.
Hmm.
What
What if we have a moment when we're watching it and we're like, guys, is the Game Awards washed? Is this it?
Hmm.
Hmm.
'Cause
No,
I don't know.
I mentioned it earlier, but this is like the 10th year of Game Awards, and they're kind of making a big deal.
Yeah.
I did mention this slightly as a joke, but like I'll also mention it again slightly as a serious one. Literally just Muppets.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a good idea.
I mean, at this point, it's a running joke, so
I'm gonna turn you into a fucking Muppet. The Muppets are
Because we're
gonna be
running
there.
low on ideas, I'll throw it on there.
The Muppets are gonna be there. There's
okay.
It's
Matt,
fucking Gonzo the Great.
Matt, I'm just saying, like, I can go
There is-
back and to past episodes where I made the argument such and such is guaranteed to happen, and you've literally said, well, it's okay to throw it on there. And
I
now
just
the
don't like
roles are
this one.
reversed.
No, because I'm talking about this one specifically. Because the Muppets are stupid.
Okay,
It's
you don't
dumb.
like the Muppets. Your note is taken. Dustin put it on the board.
You not liking it kind of made me put it on there more. I would have fought
I'm
more
cool with-
against it if you
I'm
weren't
cool
so
with
against
that.
it.
I'm just sick of Rob constantly fishing for hypocrisy when it's clearly not hypocrisy and it's more I don't like the fucking Muppets. Like that's what I'm talking about. Sure,
That's
put
what
it
I'm
on
talking
there.
about.
Sure, put Matt hangs himself live on that one too. Why not?
All right, goal 24. We only need one more.
Okay, I
Live
have
at the
one.
Game Awards. I'm there. I'm gonna
Oh,
fundamentally change the lives of everyone watching.
I have one that might be a stretch.
Oh,
Could
but
use
Matt
those.
hanging himself isn't. Go on.
And I had to
Depends.
explain this before I put this in. So, Magic the Gathering has been announcing like really big crossover stuff. As
Oh.
such, Marvel, as such, SpongeBob SquarePants, as
Super
such,
nerd
Final
shit.
Fantasy. What if Magic the Gathering gets mentioned?
I want to say I want to build upon that and just do insane collaboration.
I like that.
All right, yeah, no,
I think that's a good one.
I think that's a
I'll
good
work with
way to
that.
phrase it. It's just
Yeah.
any unexpected collaboration. I
Unexpected
want to see.
collaboration.
I want to see Bluey drop in Fortnite. That's what I want to see.
Oh my god.
That would be insane.
Because I don't know if you guys have been keeping up on the Power Wash Simulator collaborations that they keep doing.
Are there
Every single
more?
one of
Yeah, there was one recently that I saw that I thought was absolutely insane. I don't remember what it was. I think maybe the most recent one.
We gotta go back into that because I think we got Shrek stuff to watch.
Maybe it was Shrek. That was
Donkey, my swamp is too filthy.
What do you
One
mean?
more.
You would like that. Oh, it's reverse. We make it dirty for
Ooh.
Shrek.
We
We have
spray
mud
dirty
guns.
water.
We have
Ooh.
mud guns.
That could be
Okay, how about a new simulation game announced? Because look at how many freaking simulation games have come out.
like a ridiculously mundane simulation.
What more could we do? We have TCG Player Shop Simulator. We just got a train simulator. There's
What, like-
Power Wash Simulator. Like, what else could they fucking do?
Wait, Zach. There's a train simulator.
Yeah, Locomotives or whatever simulator came out a couple days ago.
Oh no!
Simulation for something you could just do in real life and it'd probably be more worth your time.
Okay. I'll have to look into that.
Because like, how many more simulation games could you do at this point?
What? Dude, you're gonna keep coming. Every type of business, bro.
See, that's
Taverns,
why it should be a category. Not
we already have
category,
tavern.
thing on the bingo board.
the thing is that I don't know if they would be announced at the Game Awards.
I see no reason
It
not.
could be.
They announced
What if we?
a freaking simulation game last year, I thought.
Did I?
Yeah, they announced simulation games.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if we
so
say
we're on.
just to one up it, just because I feel like a lot of them are kind of easy this year? What if we up that one to like ridiculous simulation game,
I'm fine with that.
like one that kind of makes us go, okay, why would anyone want to play that kind of simulation game?
What? That is absurd.
like, Because like a train simulation game, I don't know. I feel like that kind of makes sense. I feel like people like trains.
Yeah.
Whereas like
Something
TCG
like-
sim, when you first hear about it, it's kind of like, are you kidding me, really? Or like grocery
they
store
could
sim.
release something like
Oh yeah, the
Paint
grocery
drawing
store one's
simulator.
insane.
Yeah.
It make change in a video game, bro. I don't know how to make change in real life.
Or like gamer simulation. It's like, I really?
I think that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So like ridiculous sim announced a simulation that kind of makes us go,
Sure.
really, who would want to play that?
Sure.
Something along those lines.
Is that it, or is there one more?
That's all of them.
Yay!
Dude, that's the fastest bingo we've ever done.
Woo!
Rob doesn't seem excited.
Rob's a little tired.
You always are.
You're not wrong.
Learn to not be
I-
tired.
I asked my students, we were talking about perspective. And I asked my students, I said, for example, if you put yourself in the shoes of Mr. Stalker, how do you think Mr. Stalker feels during class? And like, one of the first things that every single one of my classes said was tired.
Yeah.
And I was
I
like,
mean-
damn, I guess I do tell my students how I'm constantly just tired. all
Oh,
the
you do it to them too.
Oh yeah, no, I'm always tired.
Dude, consume some caffeine.
Dude, I took like an almost 2-hour nap earlier too.
I don't know, man. Getting old, I guess.
Like, it's not that. I like to sleep. If I had my way, I would be getting like 10 hours of sleep every night. But unfortunately, that would involve basically never talking to you all, so
Tragic.
Before we
damn.
That was mean.
That was a good
was
one.
mean. I apologize.
before
I apologize. That one was mean.
off of that note,
Wow.
before we finish up,
Dang.
do we want to discuss just general video game awards?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we weren't crazy when we're talking about how no games came out this year.
Alright. So should we just go straight to Game of the Year?
Might as well, yeah.
It's a Game of the Year nominations. So these are the 6. You ready? Should I just start off with the controversial ones?
No,
Just
no.
name it
yeah,
in
just-
order.
Yeah, name
Alright,
it.
so in order. So Astrobot,
That's a video
Fair.
game.
Bellatra,
That's a video game.
Black Myth Wukong,
That's a
That's
video game.
fair one.
Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree,
Interesting.
I want to talk about this.
Elden Ring
detail
2?
for everything.
Oh. But move on. Continue.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth,
That's a video game.
Metaphor Ruffantasio?
That's a video game. I looked into it a little bit. It's actually like a pretty like popular game.
Apparently
Well,
so, yeah. I just
I think
totally
it's-
went over our heads somehow.
I've never.
I
Which
think
one?
it's.
This
I think
metaphor
it's
one?
just. I think with the exception of like Stanley and maybe Fanning, it's just outside of our
Yeah.
Yeah.
sphere.
All right. So let's address the elephant in the room. Two elephant in the rooms for me.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
there's one big elephant. There's one much smaller.
Never talk to me and my son again.
A DLC should
Oh my
never be
God.
nominated for
No.
Game of the Year.
Absolutely.
Ever.
not.
I don't care if it's a new story, if it's a whole expansion area. There should be a category for DLC. In fact, you know what category this would fit into it? Where is it? Actually, it probably wouldn't fit into it. Best ongoing,
Nah.
maybe, but
Nah, I wouldn't count
Because
that.
because
so-
then so many other games should have ever been nominated.
No,
You know,
you're
it's
right.
funny
At
'cause-
this point, best DLC should be a category.
People have
So,
complained about that in the past too. Like people say, like, why aren't there been awesome DLCs? Why is there no category for like best DLC of the year or whatever?
yeah,
And then they do this instead.
DLC
Yeah.
and remake games should be in their own category, which is why I
Yeah.
don't think Final
Well-
Fantasy VII should be on here either.
Yeah, it shouldn't
At
be
all.
in there.
Especially when a game has been in development for how long for a remake? And it's still
Well, I don't
not
really care
done?
about that. I just think
Mm.
if it's not that much different from the original, it shouldn't be.
I'm fine
Nominated
with the
for that.
remake. I'm fine with the remake being here because ultimately it's a video game. It released this year. It is what it is, you know.
So-
But that's the same argument for the DLC, though.
No, it really
to-
isn't.
It
To
is.
speak-
It released this year. It's a video game.
to speak on the DLC,
Mhm.
because there, amongst our group, there is an imposter among us.
Um,
I'm gonna out him
Oh.
live.
what did I do?
No, it's not you. Why the fuck?
Oh,
do you
it's
assume
not-
It's you.
I don't know because
There
I'm
is an
usually in
imposter
trouble.
among us. There is one of us, not here, but within our group, that is not upset, and believes that the Elden Ring DLC does belong in Game of the Year.
Is it you?
Georgia.
It is Georgia.
Georgie.
Oh.
Now, is it just because he's an Elden Ring fanboy, or is he legitimately okay with the DLC being in Game of the Year?
He was so to speak for him, of course, because that's what I'm going to do. He can't defend himself. Basically, to speak for him, 'cause I talked to him about it briefly. He was of the opinion that it was a significant enough improvement on the original. It was highly enough rated, and it was enough content, from what I gathered from him saying, to justify it. My response, which is basically my biggest reason for why I think it shouldn't be, was that regardless of like loyalty to IP or loyalty to like a company or loyalty to a console, typically the games need to, at least in some way, win over a new audience. They need to they need to break this kind of like, this is a new thing I'm going to invest myself into that I have relatively no experience with. Like there's like, you could have, say it's a sequel and that has some pull over audience, but then there's people that are like skeptical of maybe something that changed in development. I think what makes DLC different is because it's just because people are already invested in it and you're not really capturing a brand new audience. Like the amount I'm speculatively, I'm thinking the amount of people that didn't play Elden Ring but then played it because of the DLC is probably low. And
Comparatively, yeah.
comparatively,
just
and to like a sequel. And I'm like of the opinion that like I think the DLC is fine and like because it is, it's a fresh new like game direction, or if you want to say like writing or like a new venture in sound or really anything. I feel like Game of the Year overall is less of like a development thing and more of like a cultural community thing.
Yeah.
Like the community came together and is rallying behind this new conceptual thing. And when it's a DLC, you don't have that. You're not. It's not someone in the town square trying to rally people around this new fancy idea. it's like people already know about it.
Yeah, you're
and
not
people
getting
are
like
already
thousands of
invested in it.
yeah, you're not getting thousands of players buying Elden Ring because of the DLC. People bought
Which
Elden
is
Ring because Elden Ring came out. People bought the DLC because they have Elden Ring and knew it was coming out.
and I'm like, and then the flip side of it is like, at some point, a video game, because I have not seen nearly as many. I think any time that a remake or something is nominated for really like anything, there are people that are like, hey, I think remakes are a weird gray area in game awards, and that's kind of a general thing that's like always existed, but
Yeah.
there's no one's being like it's definitely the like widespread controversy is about DLC. At
Mhm.
some point a remake was the first remake to be nominated for Game of the Year, right?
Sure.
At
Well,
some like
yeah, sure.
at some point it was the first one, and you really don't know what's going to happen after that 5 years later. Is it going to be something that's like, oh, it happened once, the world didn't end, we're cool with DLC now, right? So if one has to be that first one, maybe it's this one,
And just kind of see how the reaction goes.
and you kind of see how it goes. It's like, hey, we had horses for a while. Someone had to suggest a car,
Yeah.
and a bunch of people were probably killed because they didn't know what cars were. But
Right.
regardless, and now we have self-driving cars. We didn't have those before, but someone had to try them.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
for
I hope.
different people, but like someone has to be the first one, and there are inevitably going to be pushback. I think I don't think anyone's gonna like. We're not gonna find an actual like answer to this question until we see how it goes.
No, you're right.
So let me get clear on
So
this. So you want Cybertrucks to come.
what?
What?
No.
Listen, everybody's
No.
gonna push for Cybertrucks. They're gonna come. I'm making a dumb joke. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I really hope
Yeah.
this does lead to rather than Game Awards saying, "Oh, cool, we have a precedent to make DLCs Game of the Year now." I hope the precedent is now, "Oh, we really should have been listing this all the time. Made a DLC of the Year category."
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we are
And-
are at the hands of
What Jeff Keighley decides.
what Jeff Keighley decides ultimately.
And when I first heard about it, because I think it was like leaked Sunday or some of the Game Award nominations, I was kind of on the same side of Georgia with the whole, well, if the content is different enough, then it should be fine to make a Game of the Year. But I think about it a little more, it's like, well, if the content truly was different enough, it would have been a second game, not a DLC. So if it's not different enough to be a whole new game, then it shouldn't be
Why?
different enough to be a Game of the
Yeah.
Year category.
Yeah.
It's just a
And
DLC.
it's like where we go from here is basically the option is it wins, everybody's pissed about it.
Right.
How does that inform them go? How does that change it going forward? It doesn't win, no one gives a shit. Maybe you wait a year to cool off and you try it again.
Right.
Or it doesn't win, no one gives a shit, but considering that, massive DLC isn't something that's always existed and is seemingly going to exist more in the future, maybe that leads them to think maybe DLC requires its own category in the future.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Much like how like VR didn't exist or VR wasn't its own category and then eventually became big enough to have its own category.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's
to
but
be.
yeah, it's just like with the same thing with VTubers. They're getting their rewards now too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So a VTuber needed to be the first VTuber nominated for any award in that space. And there were definitely people that were like, that's not right. And now we have fucking Iron Mouse.
Good.
Right.
Then hopefully what happens is that there's enough, I don't want to say outrage, but enough criticism that next year they just say, okay, fine, there will be a DLC category.
Or
Yeah.
if there's
Yeah, again, that's what I'm hoping for.
Ah,
Yeah.
It's also a thing like what really annoys me about it as well. Sorry, I just want to get this
No,
out real
no,
quick.
go
Rob.
Yeah,
It's-
go for it.
It's not only that it's a DLC and a remake getting nominated, it's also the fact that it's a DLC and a remake getting nominated over Helldivers 2 and Space Marine. I never played either of those games, but I feel like Helldivers has a pretty good argument over most of the games nominated on that list to be Game of the Year.
Helldivers
You know-
was a cultural thing, like what I was
Exactly,
saying. Like typically
yeah.
Game Awards is.
That's what it's supposed to be about.
Seeing 2-3 months of Helldivers alone. Space Marines, I still get fucking feeds from it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you know,
And
it's kind of
they're
like
nowhere
we talked
on
about,
the Game Awards.
and we talk about you know, how people say 2016 it was a stupid choice for Overwatch to be Game of the Year. It's like, no, you're kidding me. Like, it's had a stranglehold in the whole world. Overwatch ran the world in 2016. Of course, it's gonna be Game of the Year.
Yeah.
And while Helldivers 2 wasn't like the entire year, it was a pretty good portion of the year where like the talk of the town in video games was Helldivers.
Yeah.
Good or bad, but
Here's the thing: if I didn't know, look, I'm just saying, if I didn't go to the gym with Georgia J multiple times a week, I think I would have stopped hearing about the Elden Ring DLC a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Right?
exactly. Don't get me wrong, the DLC did pop off for like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
They got
yeah,
given its
but,
flowers. Like if there was a DLC of the year category, it probably should win
Guaranteed.
that.
And I
But-
think maybe what we're seeing is basically the culmination of there not being a DLC category, there not being really a precedent for DLC. But if the DLC wasn't there, you would also have a group of people that would be upset about it.
Yeah.
So we're kind of
Exactly.
like we're just in a timeline that could have possibly come out of it.
Just to add on to that, Tim. So while you guys have been talking about this, I've been looking things up about a lot of the games on the Game of the Year, especially the ones that I know basically nothing about, like Metaphor, Black Myth, and Astrobot.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how like you look on their Wikipedia page and it's like, oh, this game became the fastest selling game, and this game sold millions of copies on the first day. And then I look up Helldivers 2. I'm like, oh, I wonder if it's news that are right along those lines. Literally, the game sold in excess of 12 million copies within 3 months of its release, becoming PlayStation's fastest selling title of all time. How is that not nominated? You're absolutely right. That's
Yeah.
insane.
And it got like a total of like 3 nominations overall, I think. As for like
That's
ridiculous, like best
insane.
multiplayer game and stuff like that.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So
Did it
here's
get
where
nominated
I'm at. Here's
like
where I'm at.
support?
I don't wanna rehash this because I basically echo everything. I can live with Final Fantasy VII being nominated. I'm not outraged over that, but DLC is where I do draw the line.
Did the first Final Fantasy VII have a segue?
I don't fucking know.
I'm asking Zach. Clearly,
Wait, a segue?
did it have a segue in it?
What do you mean?
'Cause I'm pretty sure the new one did. Or is that something different?
I-
Wasn't Cloud writing a segue in a trailer?
Segue?
Yeah, like the little thing, like the thing Mole Cops ride on.
Oh, I thought you were trying to like determine a. So, I think I know what you're trying to ask me. Yes, there are differences in the remake versus the original.
I specifically only care about segues.
I've never played the original 7,
All right. Well,
but I know
Valid.
there's differences. But my big issue of the game being on there is the fact that it's been in development for so many years, like in certain parts, which has been an outrage of its own. But it's one of those
Well,
things
yeah,
that
games are
also
in
like.
development hell though all the time.
wait, didn't it get
But
released?
this was released
parts,
in
though?
parts.
Oh, wait,
yeah,
wait. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was released in parts?
In parts.
Yeah,
In
it did
5
when-
different parts within 3 different consoles.
Where was it?
Oh,
when was
what?
the first- when was
Wait,
the first
yeah,
one?
wait a minute.
Wait,
a minute.
the parts were that far apart that they were on different consoles?
The first part was on PS3,
Okay,
then
that makes me more
PS4.
mad.
and then PS5. All the parts are on PC, obviously, and then only parts 3 and 4 are currently on Xbox, if I remember. So they released this game in all different parts. Granted, they're making one big one, which is why it's getting nominated, because it's like all of them combined with
Okay,
with Crisis Core and everything with it. But
Yeah.
it's a game that
Zach,
has been out technically
Can-
already.
can you do me a favor and please? I'm gonna read this paragraph out, and I just need you to. I'm pretty sure this is exactly what you were just saying, because this is absolutely weird to me.
Uh-huh.
This is literally the first paragraph on Wikipedia. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a 2024 action role-playing game developed and published by Square Enix. It's a sequel to Final Fantasy VII Remake and the second in a trilogy of games remaking Final Fantasy VII.
That's how they're getting around it.
So it is a remake of the middle section of Final Fantasy VII.
Of the remake.
Okay,
So
forget what
part
the fuck I
one-
said. Now I am outraged. That's
so-
in what?
It's absolutely insane
Wait,
because
they
part
couldn't
one is
even
only
remake the
24%
entire
of the
fucking game?
Yeah. That's why I'm like, why is this on here?
How does Final Fantasy VII get Okay, you know what? In an effort to not be doing this for too long, I will not express too much, but I'm doing a 180 now that I understand the situation. No, fuck that. They should not be nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like a DLC category.
If it was a full like remaster, if it was like the full Final Fantasy VII, then sure, fine, I'm okay with it. Sure, whatever. Like
It
for
seems like a
example,
really niche
but, like,
case.
well, it's because it's not even a full game. It's a part of a game.
It's a part of a remake series that's going to be added to a full remake like collection that's been in development since I don't even remember when the remake was announced. But long enough that there were three separate consoles in its lifetime.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
I was
just
already against it. That
weird.
made me just mad though.
Yeah, that's just weird.
And again, over Helldivers, over Space Marine. That's crazy.
Also, like I said, I read all of these things where it's like, oh, this sold millions, or whatever. This game was critically acclaimed. Doesn't say anything about selling millions, but I mean, I'm sure it sold millions, but like, it
What,
doesn't
Final
sound like
Fantasy
it's,
VII?
yeah.
Well, yeah, because people been wanting the remake. They've been waiting and waiting and waiting. And you could, when you bought the version before it, you could already guarantee a payment to the
Okay,
next
wait,
one.
wait. All right, wait. Now I'm actually gonna be retroactively angry. Okay,
Oh, good singer.
because
That's been good.
apparently either we forgot about this from last year or we didn't notice this, but this same game, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, is what won most anticipated game last year.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
I actually saw that in my
I
rewatch.
just saw this. I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, wait. It won most anticipated game, but it's not a full game. It's a part of a game.
It's part of the remake parts things that they want to do. I don't know why nobody else besides now you guys has been outraged of how they've been doing this in parts. Square Enix is made like a very bad way to handle this whole
Didn't
thing.
the original Final Fantasy VII also come in multiple discs? I mean, they were packaged together, but
Well-
like it was multiple discs, right?
It was multiple discs because that was the time of era when big games.
No,
were
I
multiple
get that.
discs.
I'm just pointing out a fact. That's all I'm doing.
But yes, that's how the
But,
remake
like,
was
even
structured.
then-
Actually,
Even then, it released all as one game.
Yeah.
How the
that's how they're doing the remake. By the way, they took each disc, went to where the end of disc 1 is. That's your first part.
look? I'm
Disc 2,
sorry, but
whatever
like,
end with disc
if-
2, that's part 2.
then I guess I kind of see it, but like
I mean, it's 2024. You can just release
What-
the game all as one.
that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Like that
not
wasn't
only
what they were
that,
going
but,
for when they
like,
made 3 discs. That was just
not only that,
technology.
but, like, if you're gonna do that, right? If you're gonna remake the game and you're like, oh, we're gonna need time to do this, this is what you do, okay? Start working on it in like 2020, 2021, or whatever, okay? Know that you're going for like the fucking long haul, okay? get it set up because the original game released in what, 97?
I believe so.
Drop that in 2027, 30th anniversary edition. Boom. That's game of the year right there. Unless,
the
you know, there is some other
Is the
reason.
alternative of this not just is the alternative to question that it's like because of its development it's not eligible to be nominated?
It's not a matter of it being a factor of its development for me. It's the fact that originally Final Fantasy VII is a complete game. And now they're essentially releasing the game in parts. And like each
But my question
like-
is, does that justify saying that it cannot be nominated?
I think so. Because, like, for example, I would be annoyed. So, like, imagine a situation where, like, you know, let's just talk a hypothetical situation for a minute, okay? They remake another Final Fantasy game. We'll just say Final Fantasy X. Why not, okay? But they're gonna re-release it in 5 parts, we'll say. Again, just a hypothetical. And each part releases 1 year after the other. Does that mean that 5 years in a row we should have Final Fantasy X be nominated for Game of the Year?
Is there a reason to say that? Because I'm just thinking that someone somewhere along the way made that decision to release it that way, and does that one decision justify saying that it's not eligible for a nomination? Like, did they cement themselves in a world where what we're saying is, you know, proven correct? Let's say, like, let's say this one random section. I'm not saying it's deserving of this year, not at all. But like, let's say like this one, if it was Final Fantasy X remake Part 3, if that had a significant cultural impact in some way,
Like,
can we, let's say it just becomes, let's say Part 3 they popped off to an insane way, everyone started playing, everyone went back and played 1 and 2, but it's the year that 3 came out, and now 4 and 5 are some of the most anticipated games of the next 5 years, right? Like everyone, like it inspires Final Fantasy. People who have never considered playing Final Fantasy again plays this game because of just how much of an impact it has in kind of the greater sphere gaming community, right? Do we say that it cannot be nominated because it's Part 3 of a game that year in this situation? Because of this decision they made 3 years ago to release it in 5 parts, which is an insane decision, but not a decision that obviously affected its popularity, nor was it a unanimous decision amongst everyone that worked on the game.
Well,
do we prevent it from? I'm just saying, in a perfect world, do we say that it is void of getting a nomination because of a decision that was made really early in its most definitely super early in its development, probably by some people who shouldn't be making these big decisions, which is one of the most common issues in gaming in general?
I think I what you're saying, but wasn't it also pointed out that this game that's getting nominated for the Game of the Year was anticipated game last
Yep.
year?
It was.
Did it come
Yeah.
out last year?
Yeah. Okay. But I'm saying, but what I'm
Did it
saying
come
I
out
is,
get
last
what you're
year?
saying, and
No.
the way you put it, that makes sense.
like, do you see what I mean? Like, I'm talking about a hypothetical world
Sure.
Yeah.
where
It still gets frustrating. Like, for example, the first one, Final Fantasy VII Remake, that was also nominated for Game of the Year in 2020.
does a game's previous
So,
nominations matter?
So, like, all I'm
because it is
saying
technically all one
that is
game.
that if you're, let's just say, for example, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Let's just say that it was all as one game, okay? They just did Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it's just all one game, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong, because you know that I'm usually am. But earlier you were saying that you don't think any remake should be nominated for Game of the Year. Or am I wrong on that?
I
Me?
said that. I don't think Matt did,
Dustin
I
said
s-
that.
I said
Okay,
that.
sorry.
and I kind of still
Okay.
stand by that. But
So listen, it's one thing if one remake is nominated once. Now you're going to take that remake, split it into 3 different parts so that each single part gets nominated for Game of the Year, so that you get the same award 3 separate times for something that should have been one game.
If it's-
That feels a little
if-
scummy to me.
I think
And
it's the kind
they
of thing where I'm just
also-
kind of being a purist on it. Where like, I don't
Is-
think like a
if-
part of a game should be the game of the year because it's not the full game. We already
Well,
have an
so-
established game. You're just cutting it up.
Right.
But what
about
I'm
when they
saying
combine it
is,
fully then, because
Well-
they plan on combining all these parts into one game. What if that gets Game of the Year?
but then you're
Right,
gonna
so,
have
like,
people
if-
that are saying that the first part of this game came out 10 years ago,
Right.
and therefore it shouldn't be.
I mean,
I'm just saying if
I think
I'm
that's
not-
less
yeah.
controversial than this, though.
I think everything gets amplified to the highest controversy it probably can because of how Twitter works. But I'm just saying, I don't really. It does feel weird. It feels weird in the
Yeah.
same way that DLC is up there, even though there is a legit. I do think there's a legitimate case, or there is a logical case, as in if it's I'm just saying if it's really good and it was massive and is bigger than most games. Like, I'm saying that, not that I agree with it, but like logically speaking, you can kind of see that there is an argument there, right?
Sure.
I'm just saying if even if it is a section of a game, if it's good enough, like, does it not deserve to be there?
I don't think it
No,
does
I think
personally.
you're right.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
I
I'm-
still have
I'm
my
with
personal
Dustin.
opinion on
I-
it.
I don't care
For-
about Final Fantasy.
For me, I just think you're talking about game of the year, and you talk about like the top game. I think I'm fine with having strict rules, even if you can logically make an argument to go against those strict rules. I just think it's like, oh well, too bad, so sad. Those are just you want to be the top game, you should probably just follow these parameters.
Also, can I correct myself real quick on something?
Yeah,
So I don't spread false information.
Mhm.
It was not PS3 for the first part of the remake. Sorry, it specifically says that the release dates for the whole overall remake is PS4 in April 10th, 2020, PS5 June 10th, 2021. Hey, day after my birthday, and then Windows, meaning PC, if people don't understand that, December 16th, 2021. So technically, still three different consoles, but not what I
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I mostly view Game of the Year as a cultural thing, and I think if it has enough cultural impact to be like the biggest thing that happened in gaming that year, I'm not super upset about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't. But like, I don't know. It's like, do we? At what point do we like? What if? It's like, I don't know. Not
If
that I
a
think they would
game-
deserve it, but Endgame, but like Infinity War and Endgame came out different years. But what if we said, oh, but because they're basically two parts
But
with a time skip in the middle,
The-
do
the
we
issue
like say that it
isn't-
can't be?
the issue more becomes an issue of you're taking something from the original source and splitting it up. So it's almost like more like a situation of, if you want to talk movies, when they were making the Harry Potter books into movies, they took the last book, split it into 2 movies. It's almost like that situation.
I think Deathly Hallows, yeah, but I would say if Deathly Hallows Part 1 is good and Deathly Hallows Part 2 is also good.
I think
think
that's
they-
a little different.
I
Like,
think they-
Rob,
I'm
I
just
get what your
saying-
example is.
They could
Yeah,
both
I
be
don't-
nominated.
It's possible that I think about it more and I change
just
my
think-
mind, but like my gut reaction at least is that that's crazy.
I mean,
Anyways,
yeah, it's
wanna-
weird, right? It's
Yeah.
weird ultimately,
I
and
just
it's
know
not.
I don't
It's not
want,
clear.
Yeah, I just don't want like next year when they decide to finally make like the collection with Night with everything of all these remakes as part of one game. I do not want to see that nominated as a game of the year.
Yeah,
I would rather
like,
see that in
And
some
then it's
other
the same thing
category.
getting nominated twice. Yeah.
yeah, for,
Yeah, that's like two separate games that already been qualified are getting another nomination. Therefore, the game has now gotten 3 technically. That's what I just don't want to see. At
Yeah.
the most, I don't want to see that happen.
And I
'Cause-
think it's kind of a release. I think I don't know if they like the actual like I don't know, like the actual parameters for what is eligible is like public. I
Zach,
don't
by
know
the
if that-
time the third one gets released, the first one will be ready for a remake.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
if those
pretty
are
much.
public, but like I don't if the literal only stipulation is that it was released this year, like
I think that's pretty much all it is. Just
It's
going based
supposed
on
to
what the
be within
nominations look
games
like.
this year. Yeah, it's supposed to
Yeah.
be within this year that was what's supposed to get nominated.
I think it's like from November of 2023 to October of this year because they cut it off at like
Yeah.
October 31st. So I
yeah.
assume
So
November to
like
October.
if it was released this year, oh, the first part of it was released with the PS4, but this part was released this year. I think it's insane to even imagine the hypothetical scenario that I brought up where part 3 is this crazy cultural thing. I don't think that's possible to happen,
Yeah,
which is why I think I don't especially because I have never played this game or know anything about it. I do think that the situation that we're in is literally insane. Right? I don't see the world where it makes sense that it exists. I think there might be some colluding going on, some collusion, some conspiracy theory put on the tinfoil hat, maybe. But
that's
at the
just a
end
theory.
at the end of the day, it was a game that was released this year. And I
Fair.
think it feels a lot worse to say that it's not because of its weird development, this individual thing, because it is segmented to be its own individual thing. It's part of a greater thing, but it was released as its own individual thing, is barred from being nominated because of its like weird development. That sounds more weird. That sounds more like that doesn't feel right.
I just don't
Like,
want a
sure, it's history.
situation- I just don't want a situation where they split up a game, what should be one full game, into like 10 different games. That's all I'm trying to avoid.
I don't think possibility for game of the year is what's going to prevent that from happening.
Honestly,
I don't think you're going to look at Final Fantasy part third, the second, third part or whatever.
to be
And that's
fair,
gonna-
Matt,
and-
and maybe I think this is something I'm realizing more as I think about it. It's not so much that I'm upset that it was nominated for Game of the Year. I'm more frustrated by just the situation of it being split up in general.
Since it's an
Thank you.
insane
Like,
thing.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's an
The fact that
insane thing
the fact
for it
that
to
it
happen.
happened is insane, but should that stop it from being nominated? I suppose I can see your point of view. You're right. So I think you're right. I think my frustration, at least, is more directed, like you said, at the fact that it's even happened. But what's done is done. It was
And I
split into 3 parts. If the part itself is that good, then sure, I guess nominate it.
I think
I
I think
still don't
the,
consider it a full game in that situation, though.
Right, but again, I
If
think I'm starting to agree more with Matt. at this
I
point.
mean,